morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Be sure to hit the like, share this content. Keep the engagement up. Let's go. The name is Law Nation Cowboys, Jerry Jones, a movie star. Skip times Joy Taylor allegedly activities. And it is a Black Monday. Come on. Yup. It's crazy out here. Riggs. Let's talk about it all, baby. Socks and draws. To the window, to the wall. Joy getting cheeks clapped and everything. I see you. Toxic Tom, what's good? Come on. All right. It's over. We fixed. Oh my gosh. Keep the engagement up, baby. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on with it. It's so crazy.
What more do you want from me?
The alleged activity is crazy. Give me 1 second while I build this plane as we fly. Yep. Boy, don't let up. And what? All right. What's good with you guys, man? Yeah, the Joy thing is crazy work. Yeah. Joy Taylor thing is crazy work. But speaking of crazy work, the Cowboys are fixed at the 12th spot for this year. For this year coming up draft, 2025 draft, we are fixed at the 12th spot. Hold on, give me 1 second. Fix my house up over here. We are fixed at the 12th spot, and the Cowboys have about 10 draft picks, right? 10, not 1, not 2, but 10 draft picks. We got a super chats already, man. JD from DC, dang, Skip pays more than Jerry. Well, allegedly, we got to make sure, y'all got to make sure, and we all make sure we throw a ledge in there because they looking, you know. Jay Versick says, Jerry hired Joy. She can fix it. Yeah, she sure can. Jeez. Yeah, she can fix it.
Damn, Dak Prescott.
Yes, indeed. So I don't know, do you call it Skip Diddy or do you call it Joy Diddy at this point? You know, at this time, you know, it is what it is. And the Cowboys is really in a tight spot with all of this on a Black Monday, because now we are hearing news that the Giants are or will keep Brian Daboll for another series of contracts there. We are hearing that I believe the Seattle Seahawks, they got rid of their offensive coordinator. Also, with that being said, we are also hearing that other teams are making moves. My thing is, if you're going to keep Mike McCarthy, then keep him. Call it Skippy. Yeah, we're going to call it Skippy. And Jerry Jones also speaking out of both sides of his neck. Let's see if I can find that audio before we go into further with these details here. And let me see, because I thought I had it somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
Their first 11.
Here you go.
As much as we should have been talking about the Commanders getting their first 11-win season in 33
years.
Here we're pregame talking about the Cowboys starting their quarterback, Trey Lance, that they traded curiously last season for a 4th-round pick. That's the way it goes in Dallas. And then after Mike M., we were talking to Jerry Jones. It was a conversation that went almost an hour. And I'll tell you, he talked out of both sides of his mouth. And
hey, talked out of both sides of his mouth. Ain't that crazy? You know, shit, the joy hole. Oh, Lord, man. Y'all crazy.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Shit. Oh my God, the joy hole. Come on, boy, y'all crazy. All right. Shades. Hey, keep the engagement up, man. Keep the engagement up. Fox Sports equals freak off, X-rated. Oh my God, Dramatic. Boy, you crazier than cat hair, boy. Lord, man, y'all coming up with all type of stuff. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get back to Jane. And I don't hear no reports of Jane doing any freak offs, by the way. Some people was like, yeah, Jordan Taylor is one thing, but when we gonna get news on Taylor Rooks, allegedly,
And I'm not saying that to be tongue in cheek. He said it himself. He acknowledged, I realize I am talking out of both sides of my mouth here. At one point, it sounded like he had convinced himself that Mike McCarthy needed to come back. And then in other situations, it looked like he was looking for something different. I think the big question is, do some of these coaches want to be here, given the way this year was handled? When you look at the roster, you talk to a lot of people in the building. They don't know if this was the best roster that could have been given to them that would have translated into success. I mean, last season we had Jerry Jones telling you that he was all in. Well, a lot of fans, and I think some of the coaches thought, well, all in meant you were going to be active in free agency. Instead, Jerry Jones has multiple times told us that all in meant going all in on the quarterback, making.
Before she go into that, going all in on the quarterback, well, the quarterback needs weapons. The evaluation, one of the key components of a general manager is to evaluate your team. Now, I get it. We can talk about the go along, get along guys like the Will McClays of the world. The brother them pretty much said, okay, I will be the GM, but not the acting GM under namesake, but I will go and get the order for you when you place the order. So he's a glorified Uber driver, right, or a Lyft driver. And I get all of that. But one of the key components as being a GM is to evaluate your team and know how your team wins. To know how your team win will be your key component. So if you went into this particular season saying that you're all in for the quarterback, then how do you win with said quarterback? What kind of caliber of thrower of the ball he is, right? What kind of leader he is? What kind of weapons do he need in order to win? You can't say, yeah, I'm going to get Superman, but I'm going to give him a kryptonite cake. You know what I'm saying? Come on, eat that or cape and put that on. You can't say, well, I'm going to get Batman, but I'm going to leave his tool belt behind. You're not going to win that way. I don't care who you are. We literally had open tryouts for a running back for the first 4 or 5 weeks. 1 week is Zeke. The next week is Deuce. The next week is Rico. The next week is Hunter. The third week is D. Parker, Jay Recruiter, Timothy Jenkins. They brought in Dalvin Cook. Don't y'all see how this thing can get all shook? Boy, it all rhymes for your mind because the Joneses and I guess Jerry and Steven don't know what they're doing. And then you will put these things on the coach and lament the fact that, yeah, we're in a soft rebuild.
Making him the cornerstone of your franchise, signing CeeDee Lamb, but he did both of those things fairly late in the season. Now, last night when we asked him about some of those moves, he defended them. He said that signing CeeDee Lamb and not having him there for training camp had no bearing on the season. Others would argue it affected the timing with the quarter.
No doubt. I got one person. Blunt says Dak is no Superman nor Batman. How are we not seeing that by now? All right, so let me ask you this. And I'm only speaking to you, Blunt. In the last 8 years, regardless of the Cowboys' record, win or loss, who else can you depend on winning you a game? A game. Just one solid game. Who can you depend on I'm just talking about a singular person on the offense. Who can you sit back and look in yourself and say, well, I guess he'll be CD. He can throw the ball to himself. Who can you depend on? Who else been mentioned in Offensive Player of the Year? Who else in the last 8 years been mentioned as MVP runner-up? How come other teams can go out there and grab and to hold other players to be star-studded guys, but the Cowboys only depend on 4. Let me know. Who else? Who else do the Cowboys depend on winning you a game? Who else? Who else can you sit back and say, yeah, Dak, he can just be the water carrier. Dak can just sit back and allow the other people to win them games. Who else? I just want to know. Off of face value, just on the offensive side, who else can you depend on? Yeah. So Rowdy, yeah, Toxic Tom says Rowdy. So you can't even point out, because I can clearly say to other teams, you can clearly point out other people on their teams that stood tall on the offensive side. Even to a degree, we can even talk about Travis Kelce, who will have, dare I say, a gold jacket when he retires. You can't even find people trying to find the names now. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cowboys' greatest strength would have been if they held on to that roster from 2021. But the moment the roster got good, they say, hey, let's break that down. Let's get rid of Amari Cooper. Let's put everything on the younger wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. I can't think of another team. Like, for sure, when I look at the Eagles, I can clearly see, even before Saquon entered the building, that you can clearly see A.J. Brown can get loose. Oh, you can clearly see that Smitty can get loose. Oh, you can clearly see that the tight end can get loose. You can clearly see that they can rally behind other weapons outside of Jalen Hurts. Now, Craig English says Cooper Rush. All right, so if you only looking at Cooper Rush from those particular situations, don't you know, out of the games that he played outside of, I believe, the Buccaneers, or it could have been the Carolina Panthers, that he averaged less than 3 touchdowns in one particular game? It's not enough to win without that defense. Yeah, I'd rather suffer and be embarrassed by the new regime than to get up with this mess with top players. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go back to this point that Miss Jane Slater is saying.
We're back in some of his conditioning. So what I can tell you is right now there is a team meeting going on at the Star in Frisco. Jerry Jones met with all of the coaches and the teams after the game last night. We saw Mike McCarthy hugging every single coach as they came into the locker room after that loss. I would also submit that this team fought hard down the stretch, particularly when they found out that they were eliminated 2 weeks ago. I do know that Mike McCarthy wants to be here next year, but then there was the curious thing that Jerry was throwing out to us last night, that he thinks that coaches should get a contract based on an incentive plan. In other words, a performance-based contract. How do you sell that to a Super Bowl winning coach next year? But then there was the curious thing that Jerry was throwing out to us last night, that he thinks that coaches should get a contract based on an incentive plan. In other words, a performance-based contract.
Now, here's the craziest thing of it all. I don't disagree with the incentive contracts. I think that was one of the greater contracts that we had, even with Tyron Smith is here. I would even put in incentives for Dak Prescott, by the way. I would have incentive-laden contracts, right? But to that point and to that degree, hold on, let me tell y'all, even if you put in the incentives, this brother is cooked, because he will say, hey, I didn't know those incentives was there. Law, do you have any truth to it? Yeah.
I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know about it until I read about it.
You liar!
So nothing at all. Those incentives are in there for the team, and we put them in there so that if someone is, in his case, as a backup quarterback, has to play, they've got the financial incentives, but they're usually put in there because of people representing him, and they should be. So he did really earn some pretty serious incentives this year.
What did you think of Trey Lance?
I thought he really played well. I was pretty proud of him. I liked the way that he showed delivery on the ball, the arm strength, the way the passes got there, zip on the ball. And then, of course, we all know that if he gets a little room, he can really has a lot of speed and can be a real serious threat that way.
Yeah, let's pause it right there. Let me make the Joneses people mad. Law, can you take the clown down? No. Send me a cease and desist order. Yeah. So even if he wanted to have an incentive-laden contract, he would say, I'll forget all about it. I didn't even know. He didn't even know that Cooper Rush could have earned extra $500,000 in his contract. But I saw this clip earlier from Scott Walker's Still Unleashed video, and he had got a great overlay of the top coaches that's getting paid in the National Football League, the top 10. Do you see Mike McCarthy's name on there? How about he's second to last? And I don't want to go pull up that list. I think that the only coach that's getting paid less than him is the guy that's over there in Browns land, and he may be gone. But I would tell you this. How can you make an argument for Ben Johnson to get here or any coach to get here when this guy's talking about incentives, laden contracts, and he's not even paid the coach that he have now top dollars? I can't make this stuff up. So even if you think that Ben Johnson will look into a situation and to coach for the Dallas Cowboys, don't you think that his asking price should be north of what Sean McVay is getting, Kyle Shanahan, John Harbaugh, or Dan Campbell, Or it could be equal, just to be fair. But even Dan Campbell's contract is dated to a degree. So you got to ask yourself, when would the Joneses really pony up and pay up? The answer to that question would be never, because in their minds, in their ideology, that they are looking at this situation to say to themselves, all right, cool. I got a Super Bowl winning coach from 2010, and I'm paying him $4.5 million. Why would I get another coach to come here who don't have a Super Bowl? I don't think, ladies and gentlemen, somebody says, Jay Recruiter says Mike Tomlin is stealing. I don't think that he's stealing, by the way. The brother he's been the coach for the Steelers for a long time, and you can't even point out the years that he had a losing season. So, and I get it, right? We want the results or what have you, but at least he don't have losing seasons, and he's a Super Bowl winning coach, so at the end of the day, if you're going to count him out, then you're going to have to count out Mike McCarthy. Walker Wade says, y'all realize they can still pay those incentives. No. That's not the root of the argument, Walker. And I get it. They can still pay for whoever they want. But I know for sure Stephen Jones not finna pay that part of it. No. That's going to come off the cap. Yeah, that's going to come off the cap. He definitely not going to pay that money. But to that degree, what I'm saying is when you pull up this list, the NFL have nothing to do with this money. There's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. You see that salary cap money? That's the NFL money from the revenue sharings and stuff like that. So what the Joneses have done is, I'm not finna pay for what? That's why people saying that Skip Bayless is willing to pay for some high premium box, but the Joneses are not. They are not. No extra money for you, Stephen Catboy Jones. At least the lame duck season is over. Let's see how the Jones family screwed this off season up, Law. This is from Jay Diz. I agree. Yeah. Ben Johnson should stay clear away from the circus. Yeah. It's my turn. Boy, Antonio Brown is not letting up on Joy though. God, no, boy. We gonna play some of that audio on Joy. But man, that premium what's that? Laughing out loud, that premium box, Yes, indeed. Allegedly, true story, by the way, Was at George Taylor house the other day and whipped it out.
Damn!
They call me Mr. Big, Mr. Big. 5 pump skip, yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Give us Tomlin for a few years. Oh man, Tomlin would be out of there like Gerard Mayo. That brother would have been out of there, boy.
Damn! No days off.
But neither here nor there, man. Let's.
How do you sell that to a Super Bowl winning coach that he should have to work for certain escalators in his contract the way you do with some of these players? So it's going to be really interesting to see how this thing shakes out. I've been saying for weeks, I think it's very likely that Mike McCarthy returns, but I think the staff around him could look very, very different. Mike Zimmer, I think, is doing some soul searching, seeing if he wants to come back. And I think Brian Schottenheimer, who has been sort of the OC-ish here, but it's been Mike McCarthy calling plays. I think Brian Schottenheimer wants to call plays somewhere else, and I think there'll be opportunities for him to do that. So who will be the OC here in Dallas? So a lot of questions, and as Jerry reminded us last night, he has an exclusive negotiating period with Mike McCarthy until January 14th. It took him about a week to move on from Jason Garrett. Let's hope that's not the case here in Dallas.
All right, so when I went back and I watched Cowboys Collective, and John Machota was saying that basically it wasn't that long that Jason Garrett really didn't get a chance or had the opportunity to interview elsewhere, but it wasn't that long. It was only a week. Let me tell y'all something. They call it Black Monday for a reason, right? Because what you ultimately want to do is make haste, sense of urgency. Yeah, you want the sense of urgency with your coaching staff. Not saying that you hire them just because you need one, but you got to do the proper interview. You got to do the proper exchange. If you're going to get rid of Big Mike McCarthy or Chunky Mike or however y'all want to call him, Docile Mike or whatever, pay him homage and respect to Mike, Ike and Mike and all of that. If you want to get rid of him, get rid of him. Don't hold on forever. And it's the same play similarly to the aspect of how they waited forever with CeeDee Lamb. Also, dare I say, with Dak Prescott. Sweet T Dak, Jeez. That's just for what it is. I'm going to call him Sweet T Dak. Don't come after me now, people. Dak apologists, don't come after me now. You know what I'm saying? They're like, Lord, what you doing? You turning on Dak? No, Dak had all them damn sweet teas up there in that press box, But what I'm saying is that the Cowboys should, the operative word should, if they're going to move. That's all we're saying. Yeah. If they're going to move. Don't hold on forever, ever, And I think I got the picture right here for context, Dak Prescott trolling now. He got all of them sweet teas. And I'm going to tell you, and I know I drink Hennessy and I do a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is sugar is very bad for you. And that tea got too much sugar. I even posted it. 42 grams of sugar and then 42 added sugar grams. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of sugar, bro. Yeah. Stay away from the sugar, Dak. You might want to, stay away from the sugary drinks. That's all I'm saying. Get the unsweet tea at least and warm it up. Don't drink it cold. Yeah. But who am I? He's in better shape than I am. But boy, when I was his age, boy, shoot, he gonna thank me later, because when he get in his 40s, it's a whole different world. Yeah, it's a whole 42 grams. That's too much sugar, y'all. Sugar is one of the leading causes of cancer too. It feeds it. I'm just putting that out there too. And overweight and obesity and all of those other things. So if you want to lose a little weight, and especially if you got gut fat, stay away from the sugar. Yes, stay away from the sugar. 42 grams, that's too much. That's too much sugar. And on top of that, added sugar, 42. Too much sugar, y'all. Too much sugar. Yeah, but neither here nor there. Scammy David says, and I drink the purple label. Extra sugar. Lord. Yo, yeah, it messed up your teeth. Yeah. yeah. About to tell Dak to start flossing. Yeah, But Dak, I guess, he all right. He still got his same teeth from Mississippi State. He didn't go in there and change out his teeth. CD was like, let me get those veneers or whatever. Let me get mine fixed. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. Willie T said, "Law, well, I ain't playing sports, but when we played sport, we couldn't drink that sweet tea, Yeah. Playmaker approved this measure. Stay away from the sugar. Yeah. Stay away from the sugar, man. That's all we said. We saying is out of love, not out of hate. But yeah, shout out to that label though. He might not even drunk those. He probably just getting some side money. Say, hey, I'm gonna put these on top, and y'all run me that check. That's what I would do too. Put these in the mix, But neither here nor there. Speaking of Playmaker, let's see what he had to say.
And your backups, and they put up a 40 burger on you, and you look like the way you look. I just think it's time to go in another direction. What I believe is, this team needs more discipline. I'm not saying Mike McCarthy is not a good coach, X's and O's coach, but I think the team needs more discipline. Playing your back.
Who disagree with that, Mike? Michael Irvin. Who disagree with Michael Irvin? Who disagree with Michael Irvin? Let me know in the chat. Who going to work causes cancer? You ain't lying. Shit. All right, Joy, slow down, Joy. We ain't made it to your point yet. Irvin is done with Mike. Yeah, let me play a little bit more, Irvin, and over here from his YouTube page. Appreciate everybody, man. Do me a few favors, man. Keep the engagement up. Y'all did a better job. For those who said, Law, why you ended your stream the last time so quickly? Were you mad? No, I wasn't mad. But if y'all don't keep the engagement up, what's the whole point of me talking? Because the engagement let me know is an indicator that you guys are liking what you're seeing. So by hitting that like button, let me know. It gives me energy. Yeah. Give me that type of energy. So hit the like. Sharing is caring. If you like what you're seeing. Yeah. It's been 11,000 days since Jerry screwed us, Yeah, well, screwed the Cowboys, not us, because he ain't bending us over nowhere. Come on with it.
Best thing I can say about those Dallas Cowboys and about that season ended today against the Commanders. What do you say? TGIO.
What's that?
Not TGIO. TGIO. Thank God it's over.
Over, yeah.
Thank God it's over. That season is over. Now, I can at least go into trying to figure out what the Cowboys will do for next year. You know what I mean? That year was a mess. And I'm really worried about what's going to happen after this. So that's all I got to say about that. Let's wait till Tuesday because we'll have more information on all of this and we'll be able to talk about it. Before I go, I want to ask you one last thing here. We had a get-together for Bill Bates and Bill and Denise Bates. And for you guys that don't know, Bill's suffering some of the same things that my wife is suffering from, but we got a chance to y'all get together and just show love and support. So I'm going to ask you guys to pray for Bill Bates. He got honored today at the game.
Yeah.
And he even lost the game. I know a lot of backups and Trey Lance and all that played, but Bill Bates was like the heart and soul of what America's team is all about. I mean, he started from the bottom, but he worked his way all the way up to the top. And it was just great seeing him. So, guys, pray for him. Pray for his strength. You guys know
Put 40 in the chat.
what this horrible disease do to people and how it tears down families.
Yeah. When you lose your mind, man, it's like a double death. You know, my grandma went through that, so it's like a double death because you see the person that you grew up as an adult go back into like a stranger phase, right? Go back into like a baby phase, and then they deteriorate from there. So it's like crazy deals there. Lord Joy likes to blow that sonic bubble. Oh Lord, oh my gosh. Allegedly, Pose. He got to put a ledge on there, man. Yeah. 40, you know, and prayers out to his family and all of his loved ones. Yeah, I'm hearing the guy. What's the guy's name that plays on Die Hard? My guy. I heard he's going through that too. What's his name? Bruce? Was it Bruce? What's his last name? Is it Bruce Willis? I heard he's going through it. Yeah. Is his name Bruce Willis? Die Hard, you know. Die Hard is a real good movie, man. Another good action movie. Yeah. Yeah, and to the other point that Michael Irvin was saying, yeah, Bruce Willis, okay. It said Chuck Norris had it, but Chuck won. Chuck got his whole mind back, man. Chuck Norris gonna live 1,000 years. Chuck Norris, shout out to Chuck Norris. John McClane, yeah. Skip allegedly did it, yes. So we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this, but before I get over to that topic line, there is a guy by the name of Tyreek Hill. He says he's wanting to go to a futures team. Here we go.
My first time, I haven't been in the playoffs, man, so I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here, or if that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. You know, so it was great playing here, but.
I mean, you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey, yeah. This is my first time.
All right, y'all beautiful people. Now I know he's another small wide receiver. You know, I know he's another small one, you know. But how big of an upgrade that would be if you have CeeDee Lamb on one side. And before I say anything else, is Tyreek Hill washed? Because I heard some people say he's washed. But if you have CeeDee Lamb on one side and you have Tyreek Hill on the other side, is that a situation that you would be liking to have over here? And you still go into the draft, and you still draft a wide receiver, you still draft a running back, or what have you. Yeah, what you want. And he does a podcast, you know, he does a reality show, you know, he is more like Sky Sanat. But would you like to have Tyreek Hill here, ladies and gentlemen? CeeLos, what's good, my dog? I got your box, man, and I appreciate you. And we ain't talking about the premium box that Skip Bayless tried to pay for. But I got your box over here, man. Yeah, I got your box, man. And pause if necessary. But yeah, I appreciate you, CeeLos, man. I was looking for you the other day, man. This was a beautiful gift, man, that's inside this box, man. Yes, indeed. And we ain't talking about the box that Skip tried to pay for. But yeah. So would you guys like that? You know, definitely an upgrade over Cooks. Ooh, wait. Oh, can y'all imagine, though? And boy, if we had the play caller to match, Tyreek Tyreek Hill, Cavante Turpin. Boy, we talking about Tanny boys, but man, oh man, that's a whole different situation. Jeez. We don't have a quarterback to give Tyreek Hill the ball. Cool G, come on, man. You don't have to beat up the team that bad. Oh my gosh. But this is what he said.
Top 5 quarterbacks in the league: Patrick, Tua, Lamar, Dak.
He said Dak. He said Dak, y'all. So
Baker Mayfield.
And he says Baker Mayfield. So those are his top 5 quarterbacks in the league. So I'm surprised he didn't put Burrows up in there, man. So Tyreek Hill is going to the Tennessee. Lord. JD from DC says, Law, honestly, what did you expect from a person named Joy? Did you expect emotional damage? Oh.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
Yes, yeah. Scrambling and scraping joy. Lord. No Josh Allen. Look, I'm gonna play this again. Now I know this ain't. I know you got all type of AIs and all of this stuff, but this is not AI.
Top 5 quarterbacks in the league: Patrick, Tua, Lamar, Dak, Baker Mayfield.
That's his top 5. You know what I'm saying? That's his top 5. So, I don't know, man. It could be a situation in scenario that this could all be a situation for him in a good way. If he come to the Cowboys, My guy Andre Jackson, boy. So Jordan Taylor was in the green room at Fox Sports being nasty. Yeah.
I mean, two cities have glommed all the championships and players.
Oh shit. Oh shit! Hey, one more.
We've got all the. Two cities have glommed all the championships and players. We've got all the. Two cities.
Fox Sports 2, Charlie Dixon, who is the head of content for Fox Sports 1, Skip Bayless, and Fox Sports 1 host Joy Taylor. And child, I'm not a lawyer, but I read all 42 pages of this lawsuit. So let me give you the recap.
Let me tell y'all something. I enjoyed her recap. I'm not finna go over the 42 pages, but I think that she did a great job. Before we get into other conversations,
let me start off by saying that this is a 2-part lawsuit.
2 parts.
Faraji, who is the woman that's suing, has filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of her and other hourly employees. And then she's also filed an individual lawsuit on behalf of herself, claiming battery, hostile work environment based on gender, race, and disability. She's claiming retaliation, wrongful termination, and some other stuff. Here we go. So I'm going to call her Faraji because I don't know if I'm pronouncing her first name right. So
you got to get it right.
So yeah. Faraji says that she started working with Fox in 2012 and then was hired full-time in 2016. Starting off with defendant Joy Taylor, Faraji says she meets Joy Taylor in 2016, and at that time, Joy was working on an as-needed basis for Fox. She was married but had recently relocated from Miami to Los Angeles, but her husband was still in Miami, where she came from. Faraji says that in May of 2016, she goes to meet Joy for drinks, and when she gets there, a man named Charlie Dixon, who is a defendant, and like I said,
man, times got to be real tough, yo. Ladies, come on, man. Jeez. Oh, my God.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Charlie! Charlie! Shit. Oh, my God. Charlie was in them.
like I said, is the head of content for Fox Sports 1, is also there. Faraji didn't know who he was, but he was buying drinks and food. After that first night, Faraji says anytime she would go to meet Joy for anything, Charlie Dixon would either come with Joy or he would come later and leave with Joy. The lawsuit says, quote, Faraji suspected that the pair were sleeping with each other, and although this concerned Miss Faraji as she knew Miss Taylor was recently married, Miss Faraji kept her opinions to herself. Keeping your opinions to yourself and then filing this lawsuit with this information in it doesn't all the way feel like keeping your opinions to yourself.
Now, to be fair, you always want to keep your bullet with you. You know what I'm saying? For those, especially working in the private sector, you always got to keep that. You got to keep that knife with you, just in case you want to use it. Yeah.
The suit goes on to say that Faraji continued to be friends with Miss Taylor, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were both married. In July of 2016, the lawsuit says people around the office start hearing about a new show that's going to be launching called Undisputed. The show was going to co-star Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, and execs wanted a woman with significant TV experience to also star on the show. So Faraji says it was a surprise when Fox announced that Joy Taylor was the woman who got the job, considering that Joy previously was, quote, a bartender and Miami radio host with very little TV experience. Faraji is giving shade, ain't she?
Shoot.
Now, Faraji says that Skip Bayless told her at one point that he didn't even want Joy Taylor on the show, but Charlie Dixon was adamant about it. She asked him to just do it as a favor to him. A few months after all of this, Faraji says she goes to dinner with Joy, Joy's husband, Charlie Dixon, and Charlie's wife. And during that dinner, quote, Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were having a relationship. Soon after the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and decided to divorce Miss Taylor. Fast forward a bit to January of 2017, Faraji says that she was at a rooftop restaurant celebrating Joy Taylor's birthday when Mr. Charlie Dixon approaches
Charlie!
It says that he asked the bartender for a drink, and then he places his arm on Faraji's lower back. He asked her how she was doing, if she was having fun, and if she wanted a tequila shot. He then, according to the lawsuit, lowered his hand and started rubbing her body and grabbing her behind. Faraji says that she told Joy Taylor about what happened, but to her surprise, Joy's response was, quote, get over it, and that Dixon could make both of them lose their jobs.
Oh my God. So Joy was like, hey, go along, get along. Now, he gonna rub your little backside here and there. But hey, you can lose your job. Allegedly. This is all in the court documents here. So and the only reason why we are playing this back, because if you guys are old enough to remember, Fox, when they were on their high and mighty talking bad about our boys and everything, all of this was going on. Man, karma takes its time to knock on your door, and it's coming, baby. Said ain't nothing can stop you. Now, the whole thing is with Skip Bayless with the $1.5 million box payout. I think that was more of a reach. But this other stuff that's coming along the way is too much circumstances that really put in line with all of this stuff. So all I can say is let's listen for more.
So from there, Faraji decides to tell another coworker. And the lawsuit says while that coworker agreed that Charlie Dixon was disgusting, the person also said that the behavior wasn't shocking given Fox's culture and that Faraji should just keep quiet if she wants to keep her job. The lawsuit says a few years into working at Fox, Faraji went to lunch with another one of her coworkers, and at that lunch, the woman tells her that she's no longer going to be working with Fox because Charlie Dixon told her in order to renew her contract, she needed to engage with him.
Come on,
declined,
with it.
According to her, she was now parting ways with the company. Following that lunch, Faraji calls Joy Taylor to report what she learned at lunch. And according to her, Joy says no one gives a blank about that coworker. Now, in addition to what's claimed about Charles Dixon and Joy Taylor, Faraji also has some claims about Skip Bayless. Faraji was hired to give Skip Bayless haircuts once a week for Undisputed, and at first these appointments were fine. But eventually he, quote, began finding excuses to touch her. He would give her lingering hugs after each haircut, putting his body against her own, pressing against her.
I can see that.
He even began kissing her on her cheeks. In the summer of 2017, while Miss Faraji was giving Skip Bayless a haircut, he told her that she was, quote, voluptuous. Now, Faraji, whose first language is in English, asked him what voluptuous meant, and he said she should figure it out. Eventually she does, and she said she was mortified.
Mortified!
She decided to keep quiet about all of this because she was a single mom and needed the job to care for her and her son. In an incident from 2021, Faraji says that she told Skip about some medical issues she was having, but instead of him being compassionate, Faraji says that he told her he wanted to be with her, and then allegedly grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to engage with him. About 1 week after the $1.5 million offer.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Like, what made him come up with 1.5 though? You know, he didn't start low. That was his asking price from the jump. Like, I'm not going to give you 2, but what about 1.5? You know, and I'm not finna give you 500. I would give you 1.5 just to have a good time. Like what? Come on, Skip. Yeah. Why you start off with what? Or that's what she just kind of came up with a number, like Pimp Bayless.
Nobody.
Pimp Bayless out there, man. Listen, 1.5 is a wild number, you know. You know, he ain't go with 500, no 50K, no, hey, by the way, I pay for your Uber, your Lyft, your food, Uber Eats. That joker jumped out and said, I got 1.5 for it. What you want to do?
Faraji says Skip tries her again, and this time Faraji tells him, quote, Skip, stop, you have a wife. To which Skip responded, quote, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives? And then Faraji responded that her dad was dead.
Dang.
In April 2000.
That's sad. So Skip tried to throw in, Skip, wow, boy. Now, some of this stuff, I can't think that she's pulling this out of nowhere. This got to be something that's real tangible.
22, the lawsuit says that Faraji walked over to Skip's fitting room on set. And when he answered the door, he, quote, began to angrily accuse her of engaging with Shannon Sharp. Faraji tried to explain that never happened, but she says Skip didn't believe her. This back and forth goes on for a number of days, and then on April 16th, 2022, during a phone call between Skip and Faraji, Faraji says that Skip tells her he could tell from her body language that she had done what he was accusing her of. He then also stated that he heard her talking to Shannon about her private. There's also an incident from 2018 in which Faraji says that around that time, Joy Taylor's then fiance, so this seems different than the husband she had back in 2016, learns that she had been sleeping with Charlie Dixon. Joy's fiance the engagement after learning this news and threatens to go public with everything he knew. The lawsuit says, upon information and belief, Charlie Dixon paid for everything it took to cancel the wedding in exchange for the fiance not saying anything.
Yeah, no, Charlie got that bread. The man got his own money. The man is gotten his own money.
All I ask.
Jeez, man. Hey, Charlie was like, look here. I will pay off the wedding cost or what have you. Now let me get this. Let me get them slides. I want to slide. Lord.
Faraji also says that a man named Bobby Diaz, who mics up the talent for Fox, openly gropes, harasses, and is inappropriate with women at Fox, including her. And the only reason he hasn't been fired is because he supplies narcotics to Fox employees and talent, even after an incident where he removed his pants on live camera. What's going on over at Fox?
Sheesh.
In February of 2020, Faraji says she meets Joy for lunch, and when she gets there, Emmanuel Acho was also there. Faraji didn't know who he was, but she says, quote, she could tell that the two were romantically involved. Faraji says she tells Joy Taylor that she probably shouldn't be sleeping with Emmanuel and Charles Dixon because Dixon is a very powerful man who might get angry. But Joy allegedly responded saying she is also very powerful, and once Charles Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would just tell the company that he forced himself on her.
Man, that's what, look, y'all, you know.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Fellas, man, get an NDA, man. NDA. That's why I want y'all to pledge, man. Pledge that NDA, you know, because at the end of the day, she was going to do a reverse claim and said, hey, Charlie and them, they pushed up on me and I got direct information. Look how he groped me here. Look how, and truth be told, there's been thousands of situations like that. But for her, allegedly, to think that way and to tell that other lady who's not originally speaking English, by the way, it's a second language. There's a lot of truth into this situation if that's the case, because why would she fabricate all of those details? Man.
Faraji says Joy wanted Acho to recommend her for the show Speak for Yourself, and in September of 2022, she was in fact hired on that show. By October 2021, Faraji says the friendship between her and Joy Taylor had ended. And when it does, Joy begins insulting her on a personal and professional level. Joy allegedly openly mocked Faraji's English and complained about Faraji's humming. The humming is apparently involuntary, and it's a subconscious coping mechanism Faraji uses for PTSD. Joy Taylor also then began saying that she needed a black hairstylist on set instead of Faraji, who isn't black. Time goes on, but eventually Faraji is told that she is no longer needed as a hairstylist at all. And when she asked the head of operations if she had done anything wrong, the woman responded, quote, "You remind me of my dog, and when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you." I don't even know what that means, but comparing somebody to a dog is not okay.
It's an evil world we live in.
Man. That's that's a crazy analogy because we skeet for yourself. Oh shit, man. Oh my God. The Cowboys may not be playing next week, but man, this play-by-play right here on these pages, shoot, boy, we're gonna have material for all off season. Come on with it. Look, skeet for yourself. This is sheesh. Boy, y'all crazy.
In August of 2023, Skip somehow learns that Faraji never actually engaged with Shannon Sharp and decides to apologize to her. While he's doing that, he also tells her that Charlie Dixon wanted her fired because she knew too much and was talking too much. There's some HR meetings, some internal investigations, and on August 8th, 2024, Faraji is officially told that after an investigation, she is being fired because Fox can only afford to have one hairdresser on their 3 shows, 2 of which Faraji had been working on. Faraji says after much therapy, she is now at the point where she seeks justice. So she's suing for battery, which is specific to Charlie Dixon for that alleged incident that took place on the rooftop bar. Skip Bayless for those lingering hugs, pressing on her body, kissing on her cheeks, and Fox because according to her, they required their employees to appease the talent or do whatever they needed to keep them happy. She's also suing for a hostile work environment, failure to prevent harassment, which is specific to Fox for not taking reasonable steps to prevent this kind of stuff from happening, retaliation because she says in one of those HR meetings, she confirmed that Joy Taylor was sleeping with Emmanuel and Charlie Dixon, and shortly after, she said she was fired. So according to her, those 2 things are related. And then
man, just to be real with y'all, the HR department is not for you. It's to protect their main investment. So they're going to report back to the supervisor or report back to the person that oversees everything. So it is easier for HR to get rid of her opposed to those other 2 individuals. And we'll have a whole nother conversation about that. But retaliation fires are a real tangible thing. And by her going to report those things, they can swiftly find negative things on you. And they have the clock sheets. You've been late to work. You've been grumpy. You've been dysfunctional and these sorts of things. And we decided that due to budgets, we're going to release you. You know, those are very much so truthful things.
And she's also suing for wrongful termination. Now, like I said, there's also the class action part of this lawsuit, and Faraji does go into details of that, but it's essentially that she and other non-exempt employees were not properly paid, even though they were required by Fox to work. So we just gonna start off 2025 hot, huh? Because I'm tired already.
Man, 2025, man, that's crazy. Woo! So I didn't want to go through all of the 42 or the 44 pages there, but she did a great job, man. And be sure to understand that, like my guy said, it's an evil world out there, and you just got to protect yourself. B Bird says, "Skeet for yourself" is very funny right now. Yeah, jeez, man. And there's other situations and scenarios that Taylor making it hard for the sisters. I ain't gonna even lie, you know. And I guess she's making it hard for the fellas. That's a double entendre. So she's making it hard everywhere, and it's crazy how all of these things kind of unfold to these type of degrees, because at the end of the day, these are words that came out of her mouth, and how what she said that needs to change and that's going on. So let me extrapolate that while we get things going in the right direction. But these are crazy situations. Here we go. Here you go.
Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want, fine, funny, fucking money, you're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this, you're moving forward with this person. Can we?
Those are her words. So, oh shit, oh my god, those are her words.
I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack, like, Jay, keep your distance.
That boy said,
I'm capable
oh Lord, man. All right, so that's enough of Joy, man. But Lord have mercy on all what these things are talking about right here. And all you got to be is fine, funny, and got money, and she gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, man. Spreading the joy. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Cowboys thing. We got our own joy and issues that's going on. Lord, your joy type peanut butter skin. That must be some almondy butter, because that ain't really peanut butter. But you know, Jason Whitlock did like a marathon show on it because he's still mad and angry and upset that they got rid of him. Whitlock is crazy. Almond joy, Sean B. Yeah. Almond peanut butter is really a good thing. All right, so this is the movie act of Jerry Jones. Let's listen.
Now, I'm not saying I've done anything right, but I made my mind up a long time ago. I was going to work with my kids. They're involved in everything. They're involved in my leasing, oil and gas, real estate. And so when I got the Cowboys, I got it so that we could all work together.
Right.
I thought I was doing it for them. But the one that got the most out of it was me. I just know it's not going to be this time, but you're going to be sitting here sometime in the future, laying here sometime in the future. And this room's going to be full of your business associates and the people you've worked with all your life. And more than likely, your children and family are going to be there because they're your children and your family.
I believe every word that Jerry Jones is saying in this particular clip. He don't even have to act. Yeah. I was going to jank on him, even though the Landman show is real good. Hey, they put me on it, man. I'm sitting there trying to binge watch all of the episodes now, you know. But Jay Diggs, appreciate you. Jordan needs to get Jordan need to go see Jerry. Like, out of all of those 44 pages, you mean to tell me Jerry not in there? Yeah, we need to have Jerry up in there. Come on, Jerry. Jerry is really Charlie, you know.
But you could have them there because they're the people you spent your life with, you worked with, you fell down with, you got up with. Not just Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's who you want to be with. So when that time comes like this, it's a celebration of your life, and you're not wishing you'd spend a little more time seeing a few more sons come up. That's the trick. That's the trick. Because that's going to be your glory. But I'm pretty proud of them Cowboys. I'm pretty proud of the stuff we've done in oil and gas.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Now, breaking this down, he threw in the Cowboys. He said he's proud of the Cowboys. And then he's proud of being able to put in position his offsprings, which we have to pay the price. Because, you know, when you're working for moms and dads and thems, you don't really put forth the efforts that you're supposed to do, because other people who went and got blood, sweat, and tears and paying off with all of them student loans and went to college for this, they don't get a chance. They don't get a chance because you running this thing literally like it for what it is, a mom and pop store, which causes all type of chaoses, and that's why we're seeing some inexperiences with this particular team, because it's a family-led team. And there's nothing wrong with that. It says in the good book that a good father, a great father, leave inheritance for his offsprings. So, yeah, he's doing things by the order of God's law and all of that great stuff. But at what cost do we have to be subjected to this particular thing? Stephen Jones, we can see that he's not capable or equipped to really handle his position and title. And they gave him all of the titles in the world. Chief Operating Officer. And by the way, he is the president of player personnel. Yeah. And Charlotte and Stephen or Jerry Jones Jr., you know, we don't really worry about them because they don't have anything as it relates to directly dealing with the Dallas Cowboys football players. But these two right here, Jerry and Stephen, they need to go, man. They both need to go because it's not my fault. I loved this team before they had the money to buy the team. And now I'm subject to being under their authority because they bought the team. But I can literally make an argument that I'm more of a Cowboy fan than they are. They just a bunch of, excuse me. They just a bunch of, hold on. They just a bunch of guys that came up with money to buy the team. Now, granted, I did celebrate those 3 Super Bowls that they were able to bring to the team. But I'm wise enough and smart enough to know that really that was Jimmy Johnson, part of it for the team, not necessarily Jerry and Steven. That's all I'm going to say on that.
It pales in comparison to how proud I am to have lived my life working with my kids. You got a chance to do something about that. I hope you will. And I'll tell you, young man, you're no spring chicken. And you ought to listen to little Liz yourself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a few eggs short of a spring chicken, that's for sure.
Think a lot of both of you guys.
Feelings mutual. Thank you, Jerry.
Okay. Don't make me get my rubber glove out.
You don't want to die alone. Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, he's saying all of that by his family. What about that outside child? You know what I'm saying? She deserving to be somewhere embraced and loved. She's part of your seed. You know, don't reject her. Give her a piece of that pie. You know, just don't pay for her college tuition and stuff and throw her money here and there. Put her inside the family too. Give her a walkway. Got Cowboys way, then let it be, you know, outside child way on one of those blocks out there because she deserving. Yeah. No diddy. She deserving to have some of the things that Charlotte and Steven and Jerry Jr. is having. Right. Karma, like we talking about, it don't have it got your address. It's gonna hit you at different times. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So those are the realities of it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Meet the Joneses. Yeah. Don't make me pull out my rubber gloves. Yeah, but hey, check out Landman and review that. There's a nice episode there. And if this off season you have nothing else to really tune into, then be sure to check that out. Also, with that being said, the Cowboys, like we all lamented, we will have the 12th spot. The moment we wanted the San Francisco to do one job, They dropped it. So now they are the ultra ops. They'll be picking ahead of us. So we got to be coy a little bit on who we kind of like, because, when we profess that we are great or good drafting teams, then other people got itchy ears. Yeah. Other people got itchy ears, and they are willing to say, hey, man, we can just go by the play-by-play that the Cowboys are making. So that could be a situation, because technically the 49ers tend to get most of our DBs that we draft, right? And they will circle the block on a few other guys that we say that we like, So I'm just put that out there. So we got to be careful, because the 49ers, I can't stand them, and they are the ops to me, even though their drought been longer than ours, but they've been to the Super Bowl. We haven't. We haven't seen a Super Bowl in the last 30 years. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Packers lost Watson, receiver, to an ACL injury. Oh, wow. Any other news that's been updated on this particular app, let me know as we continue to grind and to grow. But if you fool around and you were listening to Joy Taylor interview and all of this stuff today, and, Emmanuel Acho, he's on some type of break off of Instagram and Twitter. He normally have 4 or 5 posts out there, but he ain't talking much. But if you fool around and try to stroll and find their content and you can't find it, and then you swerve a little bit and somebody else hit you, what you gonna do?
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frankel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance company. Call Frankel first.
That's 214 or 817 and all of the threes. Dial that number, even if it's a fender bender or a major bender. And truth be said, there's an ice storm that's heading here in Dallas. The roads are still slick. Black ice would knock you on your black tail. You know what I'm saying? So be sure to be careful out there if you drive it. But if something happened and you in a car wreck, be sure to reach out to Frankel and Frankel, personal injury lawyers. If you can't, call that number. Check out frankelfirm.com. Yeah. And put your claim in from there. From the 214, Darius. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by frankelfirm.com. Talk to me.
That was good. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, all is well, man. Come on with it, man. What you got?
So I know it's a lot of people that's praying on the downfall of my guy, Danny Q, but I'm taking bets. I'm calling it right here, right now, on Law Show. I ain't talking about you, MJ. MJ, you my dog. I love you. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, I hear, y'all know who y'all is. I'm taking bets. I got $100 on Washington. That Washington on dog walk the Buccaneers. Whoever want to take that bet, put the money up. It's on the floor. I'm putting the money up. I'm putting the money on the Commanders right now. Whoever want to bet something, I hear all y'all talking that shit. I'm putting a bet on the Commanders. I got the Commanders finna whoop the shit out of the Buccaneers.
Man, you might want to hold on to some of that money though, bro, because at the end of the day, you got the Washington impediment is that they can't stop the run. Bucky Irvin is a hell of a run, and it's a away game for the Washington team, right? They got to travel up to Buccaneers, right? Yeah. They got to go
because the Buccaneers are third seed.
The third seed, bro. And Mike Evans, he's balling, and I get it. The all boys just beat the Bucks, but at the end of the day, I'm not really going to be pounding the table, man, for the 30th ranked defense when you got those type of weaponry that the Tampa Bay is able to exhibit. You know, I think the Tampa Bay ran through the Eagles this year, you know. So I don't know, man. You might want to hold on to your dollars, man. I don't know, man.
Bullshit.
Oh,
shit. I got money on the Commanders.
Well,
let
me be the middleman. You send $100 to me, and I'll be the middleman. Yeah, I'll be the bookie. Yeah, I'll be the escrow law over here. Who's willing to go up against my brother? Let me go to the underdog, since we on Franklin. Let me go to the underdog overlay, and be sure if you go to underdog, use promo code LAW, man. All right, so Darius got $100 on the line. Yeah, it could be a straight up bet, right? Win or loss. I don't care if it's a field goal. Straight up.
No points and none of that.
No points,
Straight
none
up,
of that.
We bet that shit straight up. But overall, that's what I called to say, because I got a feeling who's gonna take that bet. I got a small feeling who gonna, and I can't wait, because he be talking that hot shit. He be talking that hot shit like he just be knowing what he be talking about. Put the money up, man. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say,
Come on.
Dog a holler.
Hit dog with holler.
And I got $1 for that ass.
Oh, wow. What you think the score prediction going to be on this beautiful Black Monday, you know?
I don't even know. I can't even call that. That's all that's the only bet that I want to put the money on the line for, and this is kind of what I got to say about that one. Man. I just want to see you going to jump out there and check it.
And you might as well do a consolation prize. What the Eagles gonna do the next week too?
Okay, I'm glad you.
The Eagles playing against Green Bay. Come on, what they gonna do?
Now, I got a strong feeling that the Eagles is gonna whip the shit out the Packers, but I don't know for sure, because the Packers they have a tendency to surprise you when you least expect it, and especially how they showed up against us, like. And then they gave the 49ers hell this past playoffs.
Yeah.
The Packers really could have won that game, because the Packers was really bullying the hell out of the 49ers. Like the 49ers normally play the role of the bully, but the Packers, they flipped it on them. And they was talking to them. They was getting in their face. They was pushing them around. I seen their cornerbacks was getting busy. And my nickname for Brock Purdy is the Courteous, because he'll get courteous with that football. You know what I'm saying? And he was kind of turning, into, Purdy's the Courteous, in that game. So I can't really call that game.
Oh, you can't really call
that game. But what I can call is, I think the Lions is going to go to the Super Bowl, and if the Lions go to the Super Bowl, they're going to win it. And then if the Lions go to the Super Bowl, I got some money on the Lions too. I'm a double back. If the Lions go to the Super Bowl, whoever stand in front of them in the Super Bowl, I got 100 on the Lions.
All right, so I got somebody. CeeLo says, "Nah, Darius, you one of us, but shit, I'll bet for $200." You got one take. CeeLo's, yeah. Yeah. Y'all just send it over to me, man. And so anybody else before I let my guy Darius up off the phone, man? Anybody else who's willing to take $100 straight up, just straight up, win or loss, versus the Washington versus the Bucks? And then y'all can just hit me up after this show is over with too. If somebody watching this on rewind, appreciate you, but appreciate you, Darius, for calling in though, bro.
Yeah. Yes,
indeed. That's my guy Darius that flip houses that's in the chat, man. So yeah, y'all communicate with him from the 214, and I have a strange feeling that next weekend gonna be a glorious weekend for us. Laugh now, cry later. Big Pain, Big Simple, all of those boys on the Washington side. I'm Awake, Philadelphia. Y'all been talking some good stuff. I'm just gonna sit back and I got my couch ready. Where my couch button at, man? I don't know my couch. I don't know where I put that couch. Here it is. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna give me some of that hen. and I'm gonna chill. I might go live and watch the game and go give y'all some play-by-play stuff. Yeah. I might do both games, and and I'm gonna be chilling with my hand, and I'm gonna have my popcorn in my hand, and all of that stuff, and it's gonna be a joyous, yeah. Drake Matt, I might call Joy. Say, Joy, come on over. Let's go watch these playoff games. yeah. I'm gonna call Joy.
Damn.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good time over here, man. We finna put the great time over here. Put it like that. From the 561, you're live on the nation, brought to you by FrancoFirm.com. What you got?
What's up, Law? What's happening?
Nothing much, man. What you got for me?
Hey, first and foremost, Darius, I'm gonna go ahead and take that bet because
okay.
I already know Dan Quinn already showed out last playoffs.
Okay.
You seen what happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that $100 bet because Tampa gonna go ahead and do what they got to do. Because we know Dan Quinn defense ain't gonna show up in the playoffs.
Let me get my pen. Together, man.
Hey, get it ready, Law.
Yeah. I'm holding his feet to the fire. He done start. What's your name? Because I got 561. I don't have your name. It's saved in here. What's your name?
It's JT Taylor, man.
JT Taylor. No relation to Joy. No relation to Joy, right?
No relation to Joy, baby. Ain't going down like that, Law.
Yeah. I'm just making sure, you know what I'm saying. JT Taylor, not Joy cousin and them, So I'm just making sure.
We ain't no kid, baby. We ain't no kid now.
No kid.
We ain't no kid.
So you would slide in on that. Oops, I said that out loud.
I'm slide in on that. Hey, look, I already know Dan Quinn showed his true colors last year. He keep forgetting. He showed his colors last year, and he gonna show it again this year. Watch what I tell you.
Hold on.
Like every show.
JT Taylor.
Yes, sir.
I'm putting in for the Darius bet. And, past performance doesn't equal future prediction, however that saying goes. And I got your name saved in.
Get your Hennessy ready and sit on the couch. I want you to go live, Law.
Hell yeah. Yeah, without restrictions, I don't have to worry. I'm gonna have my hand. I got nothing invested in. Yeah, I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna be sipping and talking, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be sipping right along with you, because when I get that $100, Darius, you can Venmo me. Venmo me the money, Darius.
Yeah. All right, so Darius, hey, the challenge is here. What you got in on the Eagles game too, though? What you got in on that before I let the next call
on? I got Philly going to the NFC Championship game.
Oh wow!
They gonna lose to Detroit. They gonna get Detroit. Gonna get the Philly. Gonna get the. They gonna lose to Detroit.
Yeah.
I got Detroit going to the Super Bowl, winning it all. It's gonna be Detroit, Kansas City, unless Buffalo rise up.
Yeah.
Buffalo got to rise up.
I can see that. I can see that happen.
Kansas City going for the 3-peat, but I'm tired of seeing Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I really am.
Mahomes fatigue. Yeah.
I really am. I'm tired of seeing Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift. You might even see Joy Taylor too.
Yeah, all of the Taylors, man. Sure, appreciate you, man. That's for the 561. JT Taylor, man. Yes, indeed. All right, so he got the $100. I got you down on this sheet, man. So we gonna see. I got A. Lou, then I have the 971. Y'all hold tight. A. Lou from the 304. You live on the nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
What's good with it, Law?
Not much, bro. What you got for me, man?
Hey, man. I'm shoveling a little snow. But it's good to see the season's over.
Yeah.
Because at this point, now, we already know what's about to happen, what they're going to do with Jerry. I got a good feeling they're going to try to bring Mike McCarthy back, but I have a feeling McCarthy is going to actually decline because he is not going to want to work behind the rules and regulations that Jerry's trying to put in. So
yeah,
we'll be here for another head coaching gig. Search. My question is, what do you think Zimmer's going to do? Because I understand that Zimmer's pretty much had it. He's pretty much done.
Well, Zim, he got a wedding to pay for, He got a squeeze on. He got a lady and everything, and he probably gonna want to stay if she likes the area. So that could be it could be a good thing for us, or it could be a bad thing. But I'm quite sure that honey-do list that Zim got to pay now is a large one, and so I think that he probably come back for another year. It's just depending on
year?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike McCarthy stiffed Jerry, because I'm looking at this like money list, and I can't see a way where Mike McCarthy, with his hat in his hand, sign another contract that's less than $9 million or to $10 million, right? At this point,
on top of only signing for a 2-year deal. What's going on, big dog?
Yeah,
they're not going to sign him to a long-term deal.
Yeah,
and he's not going to get a 5-year extension. So, we hear him complain about, or say, yeah, I care about my young coaches, right? My other coaches, but at the same time, you really don't, because if he really don't. He got his money. Come on now, let's be realistic in this world. Everybody is worried about themselves.
Right.
And you got to take care of you and yours, because if you don't, shit, you're going to be out there and they're going to be looking at you like, I can't help you, brother.
Yeah.
So I hate that narrative, but on the picks, I'm telling you, the Packers might be struggling because what's the name with his Christian Watson?
Yeah.
He tore his ACL, so he's out for the playoff.
For the playoff.
That was that's a big receiver for them coming down the stretch. You need that big 6'4" body coming down the stretch. So it's going to be real interesting. But I had to take my man up on that Redskin bet because, bruh.
You gonna take it up too?
Awakening. Yeah.
You want me to put your name? When you put your name down though? Hey Lou.
Hey, put me down. Hey,
Boy, Darius gonna have to flip a lot of houses if you.
But that's he ain't got the Dan Quinn effect yet. He hasn't felt going into the damn playoffs, and you're supposed to be the man. You're supposed to be the team, and then your whole defense just flopped. So he ain't got it yet, but yeah, definitely. And they're playing the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got you down for the $100 straight up bet with Darius. Yeah, I got you down. Yeah, in Tampa.
Tampa?
Yeah, the game is in Tampa. Yeah.
You about to get embarrassed, my guy. You about to be upset. It'll be 21 zip first quarter.
Damn. Hey man, appreciate you for calling in, fam. Yeah.
For sure.
That's my guy, A. Lou, man. They better put Marcus Mariota in that thing, but Mariota was killing us, wasn't he? So that's so far. Darius can either be by the end of what day do the Washington team play? Do they play on the Saturday or do they play on the Sunday? Either he can be $200 richer, or he can be $100, or he can be $200 cheaper, because at the end of the day, I'm the bookie over here. Yeah. Law the bookie. So I got the 971, then I have the 469 for your mind. So the 971, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frankel Firm and the Couch of Law. You're live.
Hey, how you doing?
What's good?
What's going on with your sip?
Not much, bro.
Hey, they talking about bringing him back.
Who?
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, wait a minute. He got 14. Well, he got until the 14th, so it's like 7 days or something like that. 6 or 7 days. Yeah. 8 days from here, something like that. So you got a few days.
I'm Jerry. I'm being patient. I hope Jerry. I hope Jerry listens to your show. He's probably he likes to check out the social media and listen to things and Law Nation and other social medias. Go get Aaron Glenn. He's doing a wonderful job for Detroit. That defense, I got to remind you and everybody, they are so, their injuries are all over the board for them. They found out a way how to beat Minnesota and wrap up the number 1 seed behind Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
That boy right there, that boy can play defense.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, we got our ass tore up yesterday. We had the lead, and at the end of the game, we fell apart and gave it up to Washington. I wanted us to win that game. But what happened? Defense broke down. He'll come in and fix our defense. I gave props to Harris all throughout the season. He's struggling, and on coverages right now, and getting this guy's alignment, getting him situated. Go get Aaron Glenn to fix your team. Why not become the first African American head coach of Dallas Cowboys? Come in, battle the teams right now that's in the playoffs. You wait till the playoffs is over, or you can talk to him right now, get him signed, get him out of that contract in Detroit, get him the head coach of Dallas Cowboys. Detroit has been good for the last 2 and 3 years. They under his watch, because he kicked San Francisco ass this year, and also he almost beat them last year. The offense could not do anything in that playoff game last year after they blew their lead. Man, go get him. All depends on how far Detroit go and defense-wise, because they got a lot of injury-prone players. Move on and get your African-American coach. I'm not saying that this is a race thing or thing. I'm looking at the record, the facts, what he's done since he's been there. And that's how I would play it.
Do you think Aaron Glenn can go to Happy Hill Farms?
I mean,
can he go to the Secret Society yacht meeting with Jerry?
I don't know about all that. All I know is productivity. All I know, I seen productivity. I like what Detroit doing on defense with a, and they just got, and the cornerback one of the cornerbacks went down last night, and then he ended up bringing another guy in, coaching him, and then they ended up doing pretty well after that. But yeah, man, I think it's time to move on, man, and have somebody else come in and call the plays and go with Aaron Glenn. I mean, if Detroit win this whole thing, with all these injury-prone players, I'm saying, bro, he could be the head coach of Dallas Cowboys in 25.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling.
I want to say one more thing before you let you go. I like the way Trey Lance showed out yesterday. Inside the red zone, the play calling was horrible. By Mike McCarthy, should have run those bootleg play action with Trey Lance and Rico Dow and Mighty Mouse, or what's it, and Deuce. Yeah, so he really let this team down. Doing those bullshit plays, throwing those deep balls. I mean, throwing those screens. I mean, throwing those plays was like terrible, man. Run the ball, man. That's what I think that should have been done down there. Run the ball with Trey Lance. The same thing Washington did against us with Mariota, and they killed us. Other than that, I'm very upset about what they did. I know they're trying to with Cooper Rush. Oh well, he tried to give him a lot of money, but I don't know about all that. All that time when Dak went down, Trey Lance should have played, and everybody saw the game last night. The boy didn't have one fucking interception. Everybody was hollering, screaming about this game of preseason, 5 interceptions. The boy that played against top competition last night, top competition, a playoff team. And they did not give this boy a chance when Dak went down. This boy could have got us to the playoffs.
No doubt, man. Hey, I appreciate you.
Was that a horrible law? Was that horrible?
Man, hey, I'm glad we did, man. We got a better draft pick, bro. Appreciate you for calling in.
Hey, I want that bet, though. I want that bet, too.
Oh, you want to put you down for the bet, too? Hold on. All right,
yeah.
So Jay.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Okay, what side are you on? You saying that the Washington team?
Wait a minute. Explain the details from the bet again.
It's a straight up bet.
Okay, what is it? What are you? I'm going with
Buccaneers. He's saying that Washington will beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh no. Okay, no, I'm going with the Bucs.
Okay, straight up with Darius on that $100 bet.
Straight up with Darius.
Yeah. Straight up. Okay. Yeah. All right. JP 971. I got your number down.
So who Darius going with?
He's going that Washington will beat the Buccaneers.
Okay. So you the bookie?
Man, I'm the bookie, man. Yeah. So my guy gonna either have Eddie, he's gonna have $300, or he gonna have to owe y'all individually $100 a piece. So we will see, man. Appreciate you for calling in.
Derek's got money? Because I don't want no bullshit.
Hey, man. Hey. I can't count that man pockets, man. Hey, whatever bet me and him had, I had to pay him because he won all his bets with me. I had to get that man a tomahawk steak last year. You know, so yeah.
Straight up bet, no point spread, not just straight up. Okay.
Just straight up. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Okay,
that's JP.
Hey, Sipping House bouquet number 1 over Macomb. Hey, doing it. Natchez, my bad, Natchez. Yeah. So, all right, shout out to Natchez today.
No doubt, man. Shout out to Natchez, man. Appreciate my guy JP from Mississippi. So, I got JT Taylor, no relation to Joy. I got A. Lou, and I have JP. They all going against. Now, Darius, we could change the rules up now. If somebody believe that Washington will win, I could throw them in on this and we can split it that way. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So you won't have to be hit with $300. You know, we can go down the list. I got everybody's name on this sheet of paper now. All right, I got from the 469. What's on your mind? Talk to me, man.
Hello.
What's up?
Good, baby. Happy New Year, baby. How you doing?
Happy New Year,
good, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Well rested.
Hey, you got a lot of time left now to get this sleep in. What you got, Coach?
Hey, we gonna be able to sleep in. We gonna be able to kick our feet up and watch finally some good goddamn football. That's what we're gonna be able to do, baby. That's what we're gonna be able to do. Yeah. Now, everybody talking about Mike McCarthy. Do we want Mike McCarthy back? Does a Mike McCarthy want the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Now look at the state of our team right now. You finna have your franchise quarterback coming off season-ending surgery injury. Is he gonna be the same coming into training camp? What was that? He got, a 9-month recovery turnaround?
Yeah.
Not only that, your most productive wide receiver in a CD Lamb also had to shut it down and I think he's having shoulder surgery. More importantly, your most productive linebacker in DeMar and Overshawn, we are still praying for and with the brother. Had one of the most severe knee injuries that any player could ever have on the field. Triple threat blowout. Now, he's gone for all of the 2025-26 season. So so if you're McCarthy and you're sitting back looking at this, I got a week to decide. Do I want to come back into this situation here? Are there any other bids on the table that could be marginally favorable for me?
Well. This is another thing though. You know, Jerry Jones can literally hold his rights until January the 14th, right? And the market can dry up for him. You know, Chicago or the Jets or the Saints can go ahead and get their guys in line of who they want. So that's why Jerry can play a little mean ball, you know.
And you know, and you know it ain't. I love Jerry. Jerry the man. Jerry the businessman. He is a true shrewd businessman with the highest acumen.
Yeah.
He can, and you saw what he did to Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
You know, what's 500 times this Jerry Jones?
Yeah,
look what he did, and then look what he did to a Cooper Rush. Come on now. Man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Well, that's cold-blooded, you know. But that's all right. That's all right. You know, the thing that I think we also need to be looking at, because all the buzz is around Mike McCarthy, but we are not talking about an Al Harris. You see, now Al, we got fortunate with Al because last year Al was going to go. He was getting the offers. He was buzzing. He was flying. He had two of the top cornerbacks performing at the top of the NFL last year. You see, and they gave him a title increase just to keep him around. That's not going to be enough this year. Okay, all right. He's a quarter horse coming out, finishing top 3. You're not going to be able to pay him. You know, you're not going to be able to pay him the meager and keep him in a subservient role like you did this year. So that's going to be the big question. Are you going to make a move to keep an Al Harris?
don't know, man. I don't think Al Harris, historically speaking, for the Cowboys, they are willing to do that for him, to make him that particular reasoning there. If it is, then I don't foresee Al Harris getting a deal more than $4.5 million. He gonna have to get three. He gonna have to get $3 million. Your head coach gonna get $3 million, $2 million. Gonna pay him dog water. You know what I'm saying? So that's the conundrum. If you hire Al Harris, don't you know how much stuff of a negative connotation that will be? Because now you sitting there saying, for your first brother head coach in the Cowboys, where you gonna pay the man $2 million? You got to pay him more than what Mike McCarthy getting right now. And how you gonna make the justification of paying him more than Mike? You know, and he's a Super Bowl winning coach. So it's a crazy conundrum. I think that the Cowboys wash their hands with this and pray to God and Allah and Yahweh that Mike McCarthy is willing to stay for that cheap, because they don't really want to pay no other person, because there's something about the money that they trying to hide from us, and they ain't willing to pay. That's what it is.
You know,
in closing
now,
too. Yeah, in closing too. Yeah.
And that's hold on. If it's anything they trying to hide, it's $11 billion worth of hiding. That's all I got to say. You know, they got to, and ain't nobody pockets close to that number. So money can't be an issue. We got to stop saying that, dog. We got to tell the truth, dog. We got to tell the truth about that, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
that's all I got.
Appreciate
I love you, Law. Happy New Year. And we going to get to watch some good goddamn football. I'm going to be on that couch with you. I'm going to be on that side with that bottle over there. I ain't going to say what it is.
Come
I'm
on.
going to be right there with you, baby.
Come on with it, with the prime shades and everything. Come on with it. Yeah.
Give me my thing.
Let's go, man. Yeah. Yeah. Come on with it. 21 on the line, 21 in prime. Come on with it. Yeah. Put him in on the couch, man. Might create a little logo for him somewhere. Shout out to him for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I seen you in the chat. But I got from the 206, you're in the mix, and then we have Troy from the 346. Yeah, you talking to me from the 206. You're live. Talk to me.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Not much, man.
Oh, man, yeah, good show. Well, you know, that dude sound kind of good. I was watching that Detroit game, and he did. He right, the whole team is hurt, and they still balling.
They still balling.
And I like how they play, because I like my corners to play bump and run, because that make it harder for quarterbacks to run the ball like that.
Right.
And have a spot on the running quarterback. That's how you get him, because now he panicking. Because he got to make a quick decision. Because when the corner's off, it gives the quarterback a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. If he would have bumped them, they would have played bump and run.
Right.
And had a spy against Washington, that quarterback when he did that. And Dallas got a habit of making quarterbacks look like the all world, and they be like a piece of doo-doo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the problem with the Cowboys. They make people that we never heard of be all pros in one game. And until we get somebody that could do that, like, you know, when Jimmy was here, we used to make them quarterbacks kill him. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. So, but I want I don't know. I don't want him to come back. But if he do, I'm gonna be like, ugh. But if they do get, I'm like, I don't think he's too scared to play Glenn. He's going to look for some other coach. No color thing, but I don't think it's going to be a black coach. I'd be shocked if he hire a black coach. There's no way. I call him Jerry Donald Trump, too, so it's all about the money. It's all about the money, baby. What you think?
Man.
I'm ready for next year, and I think the Tampa Bay gonna beat because the receivers, the Redskins can't cover no receivers.
Oh, you got $100. You got $100 down on that, or?
I'll pay 50. Put me down for 50.
No. Oh, put you down for 50. So
Yeah.
okay, wait a minute.
It could go either way.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to consult with Darius to see where he accept a 50.
Darren. I mean,
Yeah.
boy, he gonna let you know tomorrow. Darren,
Okay.
said, boy, I'm going for Tampa Bay. It could go either way now. Darren do make a point, but I think if it's the Tampa Bay corners be playing Doug too sometimes.
Yeah.
But that big boy in the middle, he gonna say, but them receivers for Tampa Bay gonna tear the Redskins in trouble. That running game for Tampa Bay, woo!
Yeah.
That number 7. And that, I think Tampa Bay gonna win.
Yeah, I got you down for 50, man. I'm gonna see if he's gonna accept it. But I appreciate you, man. And let's go.
Yeah. Salute.
Salute.
Good show, bro.
No doubt, man. Good call from MJ. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3. That's $350 Darius can make after Sunday night football. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, man, I'm sitting here like, hey, now I'm gonna have to get a founder's fee or something like that for holding this down. but at the end of the day, my thing is, and I'm not trying to make it racial. I'm not trying to make it racial because I know that most of you guys that support the nation, may not even look like the nation. You know what I'm saying? We all family. We are family. But what I'm saying is that if Dan Campbell gets fired like Gerard Mayo after his first year, you would never get a chance to see Detroit be the team that they are. They went 3-13 and won, meaning that, the Gerard Mayos of the world, they don't have a long longitude and latitude of chances. And I'm going to be always 1,000 with y'all. I don't want the Cowboys to hire Al Harris, and if it's not genuine. I don't want us to waste a full year and something happened and all of a sudden he get the boot. And that's for any brother out there. You got to look and read the room. If you're not going to get a fair shake at these type of jobs, then I'll behoove you not to even take them. If they're not going to give you a time to build your program. And that's what my number one message is here. That's why I'm not a pro component of the Rooney Rule. I'm not a pro component of even the affirmative action. I never liked those things because I'm talking from experiences on the affirmative action phases of it. So all I can say is that if you're going to hire somebody, hire them and be genuine with them. Give them the max capability and have the patience so that they can have their program. I remember vividly even Deion Primetime Sanders. When he went to Jackson State, people thought that he was going to win immediately. But it took him a year and a half to build his program. So you're going to have some stoppages and some slow pace out there when you're coaching and trying to build your program. That's all I'm saying. So if it's not genuine and if you're not going to give a person patience and mercy and all of that stuff, then I don't want them here. I want somebody that you can at least give them a 3-year program. Now, sometimes you can see if they're a terrible person year one, like terrible, saying some crazy things, then you get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a situation whereas they're competing and they're trying and they got all of those other things, don't ask them year one. Give them a genuine chance, man. That's all I'm asking. I got Troy from the 346. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Hey, Law, what's going on with you?
You all right?
Can you hear me?
Man, boy. You getting the Sonic over here, man. Come on. Yeah. You good? Go ahead with it.
Okay. Yeah, I just had a 3-part question. I wanted to know when is the release date for our free agents? Is that immediately as soon as our last day? You know what I'm saying? Or do they have to stay around? Or also with that, how do we prioritize the free agents? You know what I'm saying? If you was going to grade, who do we prioritize on keeping? And then with that, how long do you figure it takes us to build a team? Do we have that done before the draft, or how do you think that looks?
I think that the release date, the NFL New Year starts in May or April, y'all. Y'all help me out. I forgot what date the NFL New Year officially starts. That will be the release date. I think it's like a week or 2 weeks before the draft. Y'all can give me the time frames of that. Then that's when players allow the unrestricted free agents to be able to test the market. And most guys who had a decent year, they would like to test the market. Most guys. So they can see what they can get out there on the open market. Because the NFL literally stands for not for long. And if you are a guy that's out there and you got some good numbers, you want to at least see the market and see what you can get out of the open market so that you can, make unbelievable money to shore up your family and beyond. So I would know whether or not the Cowboys going to bring back a certain guy. But I think that the Cowboys right now can sign guys right now. So it said March the 13th. That's the opening day, NFL opening day.
Are any of our guys restricted?
I think we got I think Turpin is a restricted guy. I think Wanye, I believe. Some other guys are. But I think Turpin is the only guy I can name off the top of my head that is a restricted free agent. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, but appreciate you, Troy. What else you got for me, man?
It was really just how do we prioritize the guys? I hear you about them going on the market. How do we prioritize our free agents? Who do you think is worth bringing back to add to the core of the Cowboys?
Most certainly. Appreciate you, Troy. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, I'm going to answer that question there. I think that the people that you can bring back will be Kevontae Turpin. You need to prioritize him. Wanye, I don't want us to develop Wanye and then he goes to another team, right? It's sad that we didn't get a chance to see a lot of Wanye because when he was getting some snaps, he got hurt. It's just how the Cowboys' year been all year. So I would love to prioritize Wanye for cheap. Rico, I will offer him a low deal to see whether or not he's willing to stay, right? And then because it's still a business, y'all. Buy low, sell high. That's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to still offer him a low deal in hopes that he will be willing to stay, right? Jay Lou, he's another guy that I'll try to prioritize. So those are guys that I'm meeting with, But first and foremost, what you got to do is you got to figure out who your head coach is because that plays a major role on what type of system you're going to be running. So this is the order, Cowboy Nation. Hear me out. You get your coach, right? You have that coach to evaluate your roster, whoever your new coach is. They evaluate the roster. They tell you these are the things that we saw from the outside looking in. They put their spiel and they give you their speech on how they can improve the Dallas Cowboys. Then you go into the free agency. You swabble up. You know what I'm saying? Swabble up. You get really roll your sleeves up and you fight for players that you automatically believe that can help out your team for the 2025 season. Then you go into the draft. You draft players that's going to fit your scheme, your ideology, your philosophy, and all of those things. And then guess what? It don't end there. After the draft, you have the post-draft of guys that didn't get drafted, undrafted. So you make sure you do that evaluation. And then after the undrafted free agency, you go into your training camps and beyond, and then you start to work sun up to sundown of evaluating your team. And you pick up the phone and you get on the trade blocks. You start to work deals out. That's how a normal team's supposed to be. Right? And then with hopes within those conversations, if you figure out the undrafted guy not worth the grain of salt, you cut him. if the drafted person that you drafted with those 10 picks late, they drinking and driving, they're not buying into your system, you sacrifice one, right, to prove that, hey, I am the coach that I am, right? And my rule or the highway, right? You set the example through rookie mini camp or through training camp and beyond. But you're also looking at veteran guys that's on other teams that they are going to cut or get rid of because they drafted someone high and they don't have room to keep said player. So then you pick up the phone and say, hey, these are the things that I need. Yeah, my bad if I broke your eardrums, but that's just what you need to do. So I got the anonymous, man, from you live. You ain't got your number, but it's anonymous. You live. Talk to me.
What up, Law?
Not much.
Hey, I see that Coach McCarthy and Mike, they gonna come back. I think Michael won't Mike Zim back. Dak Prescott won't Coach McCarthy back. But what I said to Coach McCarthy, he need to go ahead and go to his wife and go inside her, both sides, right, left, up, down, so he can understand that when he come back, he can do the same thing with play calling, go right, up, left, down, so he can feel the rhythm. Because right now, the rhythm that he given, it was a good rhythm for how he played coach, but he got to switch it up. He can't just keep going in and out, in and out, in and out, and ain't hitting the spots. He got to hit the spots on the football field. He got to make sure everything that that he sees on one side go to the opposite side.
Right.
Coach like he was in 2010. Because that's what the coach with McCarthy. That's what we need after McCarthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With players that we have surrounding around him, I know he can't really do so much, but you still can, you know what I mean, make something wiggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too much is nothing, you know. So how I see it, that's what I see. Like he need to go ahead and switch up sometime and do things. Zim did a good job as what he gained. You know what I mean? Because I know Michael Parsons, he really wants Zim back because he don't really want to say so much. He gave a gym yesterday, but I listened to him and things like that. But at the same time, Mike McCarthy, he gonna be back, and Mike Zim gonna be back, and for that alone, that's gonna be better for the team because of everybody so used to Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim. So the ones that Mike McCarthy ain't really have no big free agents since he been there.
Yeah,
he haven't had no big free agents since he been there, and
no doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro. Good call from you. Yeah. That boy wild, boy. He said, oh boy, need to slide in there, go up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. Yeah, boy, what code that for, man? God, dog, boy. Man, boy, we off the chain, baby. All right, I got the 478. You're live on the nation, man. Talk to you. Four 7-8. Four 7-8. Yeah. Whoa. Well, you here? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here, Long. What's up?
What's good? What's good, bro?
Hey, man. Hey, Cowboys for life, man. With Mike, man, I hear a lot of people want Mike, and a lot don't. But my problem is we done had nine coaches. The Dallas Cowboys I had. Tom Lyon, you bring a Super Bowl. Jimmy Johnson bring a Super Bowl.
Right.
Right.
Only two. Yeah.
Red Hair. Jason Garrett been there 10 years. And out of all those coaches, we haven't reached a Super Bowl yet. I don't mind Mike coming back if
three, yeah.
Jerry Jones and Stevie Jones will let them pick the players they want, tell them the players that they need and they're willing to go get them instead of them not getting them. Jerry Jones has lived in Jimmy Johnson's shadow for years. And you cannot win no Super Bowl with less.
Yeah.
And that's what they are trying to do. The coaching ain't no problem. The draft ain't no problem. It's the owners. Are they willing to turn it all over and let the coach the team? Man, run the team. Because, you know, I heard Stephen Jones already talking about getting a pay cut from Dak Prescott to pay Michael Parsons, and the season the season over for us.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro. Appreciate you, man. Good call from you, bro. Good call from you. Yeah. You got 2 minutes to make y'all point, man. But I get his point with that. And there's been 3 coaches, correct myself. Tom Landry, Jimmy, if you want to give Barry that respect, then he's the other coach, right? And the Cowboys been in the pits, man, with these coaches. So, all right, we got Adam from the 623. You're live, my brother from another mother. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, what up, Law?
Not much.
So that whole preface about the in and out, I mean, if you're in and out, up and down, up and around, you're gonna lose the precision and accuracy, to put it, keep it PG. But yeah. But I have a bone to pick with your guy John Machota. Him talking about Scatterboo and Deuce Vaughn, like, what's the difference? I'm like, man, there's a lot of differences. They're 2 different players. Pause is necessary. Scatterboo's bigger, stronger, and he does everything better. And he can run between the tackles and outside the tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we saw the packages yesterday when we ran in the red zone. It looked pretty nice, actually seeing how, like, we actually ran Deuce up the middle and he actually got yardage. So this whole facade, it's not going to – the differences are not going to decipher. I completely disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my next points I want to talk about, I think we're so quick to want, like, microwave results with coaching.
Right.
I look at the Carolina Panthers. Like, Dave Canales, like we could laugh at it right now.
Yeah.
He's building a program.
He is.
With Bryce Young. Like, the way, like, he's having Bryce Young play, like, he's testing the mentality and the morale of his team. And I feel like we don't have that in us. Like, we have too much pride in the money spending and just the ego. And I feel like we don't have enough resilience to overcome those adversities, because Jerry is not that type of guy. He hasn't been that guy since the 90s or any of those days. But, one thing I want to say in closing, if I can gather my thoughts, because, it's been a long night. But, we all had hopes coming into the season, of it being like an up and down season. We make the playoffs. We're all talking about 12-5, but I can see Tampa going all the way. They have the style to beat every team that's in the NFC. They beat Philly. They beat Detroit. They beat all these top contending teams, and I think their style can match with anybody. And that's not a knock on Philly, but I think they have the best style for any team. But,
no doubt.
But I think we should get Ibuka in the first round from Ohio State.
Come on.
CeeDee Lamb.
Let's go, man. I do like that. That pick there. If we go with, if even look, I don't want us to get married to one player in this draft, right? But I do need for us to make sure that whoever we get, just make sure we match those players up with what we already got. And I'm looking for skilled players. I'm a little selfish to that degree. I know a lot of people talking about, what about Will Campbell? What about if Kevin Banks is there? I want us to get a skilled player. I'm tired of the Tyler Guytons of the world. Not saying that Kevin Banks will equal or Will Campbell will equal a Tyler Guyton, but I'm thinking that right now, let's get us a playmaker, man. Let's give us somebody else that can scoot and give us yardages, man. If it's Genty, let it be Genty. If it's the Ohio State kid at 12, I don't think that's kind of like rich to get him at 12. But, hey, I'm all in favor of trade back, gang. Get multiple players in the top 100. So we traded back and got a Parsons. I don't want us to get too cute now, and we trade all the way back to the 25th or the 27th spot. Don't get too cute. Don't get too cute is what I'm saying, Jerry. But at the end of the day, Let's figure out a way to get some playmakers, skilled players, that when you turn on the TV, that you can see that person can make a play, And I get it. I get the understanding that you can go out there and find those guys in the free agency, but we don't dance there in the free agency. We don't even climb the ladder like Joy in the free agency. If you get with what I've said, I got the 909. What's on your mind? You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Underdog. Talk to me.
What's up, Law?
Yeah, what's good?
Hey, I told you, I put my name on it. I told you that 12th spot, that was a sweet spot.
That's a sweet spot.
That's where I thought we would land.
You right,
So
Donnie.
I was happy about it, bruh. But Law, you left out one person when you were talking about what the Cowboys need to do.
Okay.
And this person might be just as important when you're talking about prioritizing it than the head coach. And the Cowboys got to re-sign Will McClay.
Oh,
his contract ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to re-sign. Now, can you imagine if Will McClay went somewhere else, build that program up like a general manager is supposed to?
Yeah.
Oh man. That would make me sick.
That would, man. That would be crazy. Yeah. If he goes to like the Jets or I think the Jets really thinking highly of Will. So I don't know when his contract is over, but I'm definitely going to take a look into his contract when it's over,
I know John Machota was talking about, and not only John Machota, but Brian Broader said that it ends. His contract is up this year.
Is it January? Is it January the 14th too?
I don't. It may be, but I know this was his last year, and he can go anywhere he wants to. So yeah, that has to be a priority. For me, that would be my number one priority. Lock up Will McClay.
Yeah.
Then you go out and search out for your head coach.
Yeah.
If you're not going to keep McCarthy.
That you know what? If Willie McClay leaves, I think that would be probably one of the better things that can happen to the Cowboys. And the reason why I say that, Donnie, is not because he's any bad, but he's an enabler. He's the guy to go get the Johnny Walker Blues, or he's the one to go get the pack of cigarettes for those who's trying to stop smoking. So his expertise, man, since he's been here, we've been finding good pieces in the draft, but it's primarily because of him. So I think he's been here since 2011 or 2012. And the team, as far as drafting concepts and these sorts of things, been a whole lot better since Will been here. But we remember days before Will when they had 12 draft picks, and they used all 12 draft picks and had the whole team out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. But one more thing, Law.
What's
when
up?
You were talking about hiring the Cowboys hiring a black coach.
Right.
I agree with you 100%, man. Because you look what the Patriots did to Mayo. It's a cutthroat business, man.
Yeah.
How you gonna fire a guy after 1 year, and then you look what he's dealing with. He got a rookie quarterback. Okay, everybody say the Patriots roster is not good.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna hire somebody, knowing that and having that in mind, that hey, he don't have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
So we got to give this brother a chance. It doesn't matter if he's black or white. You got to give that coach a chance.
Yeah. Give him to Michael Jackson.
And
Yeah.
Me and my brother were talking about it yesterday, man. We were saying once we saw that Mayo was. I mean, man, they didn't even wait the money. They fired him right after the game.
They fired that brother. He didn't get a chance. The ink
right
on the
there when he get to the locker room.
The paper was still wet from them signing off on the ink. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you know what?
That's after a victory.
That's after a victory. But you know what's going to be crazy? The Patriots can hire me as their head coach. You know what I'm saying? And guess what's going to happen? And they probably do that move because they're going to get so much blowback from it, You know, because the Texans did the same thing. They fired the brother
Right.
for winning that last game, and it got so much blowback. And it got sues and stuff on the table. And then they said, well, we're going to hire another brother. I would not be surprised if the Patriots don't go out there and get Aaron Glenn because of the blowback. But here's the 1,000 truth. Here's the 1,000 truth. Whoever get hired under the Patriots, I ain't talking about the Patriot Act, but whoever get hired, they got $131 million available to spend. And they got look that quarterback, he ain't no one to sneeze at. I like his skill set. They are sitting on some money. They can make some moves happen for these next 4 or 5 years. For real. Yeah.
I personally think it's going to be Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to bring the offensive coordinator that was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots for years. I can't think of his name right now on the top of my head. But I think it's
McDaniels,
I think
Daniels, something like that.
I think they're gonna bring. Yeah, they're gonna bring him, and they're gonna hire Vrabel, and Vrabel's gonna bring Daniels back. That's what I think. But one more quick thing, Law. The caller Darius, when he was saying he put $100 on his boys, I'm like you, man. Save your money, man. Just save your money. Just hold on to your money. Go spend it on something else. Cause watching those games with the Commanders and the Buccaneers. I mean, we beat the Buccaneers.
Right.
Both of their defenses ain't nothing to sneeze about. I mean, come on, man. You know, you going in. If you're a Washington Commander fan, you confident going into the playoffs with that defense?
Both teams are built similar. Both of them got a good front seven, and that's it. Their DBs are very pedestrian. So you can run. This is the crazy thing. You can't run on the Bucs like that. You know, you gonna have to throw.
But you can run on the Commanders.
But you can run on. Bucket Irvin gonna get off on those boys. You know. So
So Darius, save your money, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those
Always
things.
good talking to you, Law. Always good talking to you, fam.
Appreciate you, bro. You have a good one, man. Yeah.
You too.
That's Donnie, man, from the 909. And I don't want, our other people to think that, man, that we making it a racial thing. It's definitely not that. It's just the ideology. Hell, the Patriots can sign me as the coach. I can win you more than 4 or 5 games now. I got $131 million. I can literally say I can get Tyreek Hill with that money. I can go get any free agent that's out there with that money. I can literally load my team all the way up. I got $131 million to play around with. I got my own money, and I can hire Joy Taylor as my consultant here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just messing with Joy. But y'all get what I'm saying. They got the creme de la creme. Whoever's going to be the coach, and they playing last place schedule, come on, man, shoot. And with $131 million, you should be able to win at least at minimum 8 to 9 games off of principles, So, man, 131, they should be making all types of moves to get that quarterback, that young quarterback, another wide receiver, somebody on defense. I got all of the money, man. I'm top of the line. I don't have to pay my quarterback nobody because he's still on a rookie's contract. If I'm right now dealing with the Patriots is a new coach, man, shoot. $131 million. Look, the Cowboys don't even have $30 million. They got $131 million. Come on with it. Yeah. So let's go to the next caller. Appreciate y'all so much for tuning in and being part of these conversations. But, let's make it snappy. Let's make it quick. And let me see where I'm at on this thing. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, marathon show now. Sure, I know I'm in overtime. I know I'm in overtime now. Dak to Hill could work. Yep. It could absolutely work. I got from the 402 you live, and then I had a 754. But 402 you live. Fogel, my dog, what's good?
What's up, Law? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and the fam.
Hey, and the fam.
Yeah.
Hey, Law, I know we don't do free agency.
Right, we don't.
Okay, I know this. But it's Najee Harris, It's 3 years. It's only $25 million. Don't go into this grocery store hungry. Lock up this running game before the draft. Now, I know you just saw the graphic. Well, we only got about, how much is that? About
17 million. Yeah, we have 17 million.
17. All right. Well, slide a little money here, slide a little money there. What do you think about going and getting Najee Harris?
Ooh-wee. I like J.K. Dobbins. I like someone else that was on that list, but Chargers may end up going deep into the playoffs now. I don't know, man. I'm not too fond of Najee Harris because of this running back class that we're heading into. I know you don't want to shop on an empty stomach, but I believe I can find a Najee in this draft. Believe it or not. I would bring back Rico for dog water.
Well, that's true. Do you think Najee Harris is going to set the market for the free agents or the running backs this year?
I think that his APY or his market value, I believe, is at $9 million. I believe that is before it is at.
All right. Yeah, I was seeing 3 years, 27, but maybe you do a performance kind of issue. But
incentive deal.
Right, maybe.
Yeah. If it's an incentive deal, yeah.
What if we go ahead and re-sign Rico? What you think you could get 3 years, 15 for Rico? You could get him maybe 12. What do you think Rico's market's looking like?
I'll go with a 1 year deal with him, and then we'll reevaluate. Because even though Rico, he's been an injury prone guy too. I would reach out because right now I looked it up on over the spot rack. They got Aaron Jones, who's been a thorn in our side. He's available, although he's long in the tooth. He's available for $5 million. So
he hits. All right, Long.
He hits.
I still think we got to go get this running game locked up before the draft, and then Luther Burden the third.
Come on with it.
CD. Let me get CD, LB3, and Najee and Aubrey, the four horsemen, and let number 4 drive that train all the way to the Super Bowl.
Come on.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Come on with it. Yes, indeed. Good call from my guy, and a great observation on Najee. But I'm with the belief that I would not go with Najee. I will at least like to see, who's on the open market and where I can go at and get said player. Let me see if I can pull up this NFL free agent list, and we're going to look at this one more time with this. And I appreciate everybody for jumping into this overtime. Do me a huge favor. Hit that like. Share this content. Hit the like. Keep the engagement up. Here we are with running backs. They got Aaron Jones right now at $5.4 million on the open market. So, and he's long in the tooth. He's about 30 years of age, and that's what I would target him. Every time we played against him, he played like his hair is on fire, So I know Najee Harris is up there. He's a little bit younger, but the price tag reflects. I wouldn't want to do Najee, man. It's Roll Tide and all of that, but just ain't willing to do that one. J.K. Dobbins, he's 26. He's always hurt. I get that, always hurt guy. But they're just other guys that I can pair with in the draft. I would go cheap. I would literally go cheap in this situation. I'll go cheap because the thing is, here's our absolute 1,000% problem with the boys. It's not that we can't draft. It's just that we don't do anything in free agency, right? Like the Cowboys last year should have danced around in the free agency. And the other part of the coin with the running back thing is that we didn't draft the running back. The last running back that we drafted was Deuce Vaughn. And he had some good carries last game, but it's against the defense of the Washington, which is the 30th ranked defense. So I can't really take that to the bank. Now, if we were putting in the mix during these stretch of games of Deuce Vaughn plus Rico, and we saw what Rico was able to do, and we got some splashes from Deuce Vaughn, then my confidence would be in that. But I said to you all, I would give Deuce Vaughn one more year. One more year. But under the Mike McCarthy's administrations, he is the absolute only running back that the Cowboys drafted. And that's crazy. You know? So I got Cowboy 92, and it's depending on who our coach is too, by the way. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
Man, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro.
All Nation.
What's good with you, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Everybody, they not listening close, man. They not listening close. Jerry already told you what he's gonna do. He told you that it's already done. If everybody sit back and listen and go with Jerry and listen what Jerry said, he already made a decision. His decision is he's gonna bring back Mike McCarthy. He's gonna bring the band back, even though I disagree with it. But if you listen closely, that's what he basically said he's gonna do. I don't agree with it. But it's another scenario that everybody's sleeping on too that could possibly happen. Watch the Eagles. See how far Kellen Moore take the Eagles to the in the playoffs. And I won't be surprised if Mike McCarthy, if they don't bring him back, Kellen Moore will be the head coach. Mark my word. Kellen Moore will be the head coach. Watch the Eagles, even though I hate the Eagles, just like I hate the 49ers, but watch the Eagles. If Mike McCarthy do not sign, if he do not come back after the 14th, Kellen Moore is your head coach. He your head coach.
Yeah.
Trust me on that, because that's who they wanted. That's who they were prepping all along. But what happened? Mike McCarthy didn't like him, and Jerry wanted to keep giving Mike McCarthy a chance. So now Mike McCarthy fumbled the ball. So who else you gonna go out there and trust and trust that? Who else the Joneses like to bring around, like you said, that private parties, that private
the
party.
yacht party, yeah.
The yacht party.
Happy Hills. They groomed them. Yeah. You right. You know, it could be Kellen, it could be Jason Witten. Look, anybody with a retread, you know, that's what the Cowboys tend to do. They brought back Dave Campo twice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People fail to realize 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, and then they say, hey, you know, let's cut them, get rid of them. Wait a few years, and then they brought him back, you know what I'm saying, to be a defensive back coach. So that's what the Cowboys, no one circles the wagon like the Dallas Cowboys, man. So you're right. You know.
I got another thing to say, and one other thing to say. If I'm the Cowboys, right, and I'm trying to rebuild my team, I will, in free agency, even though we don't have much, but even free agency and trying to like look and see what we could do, I've circled all the players that we had troubles going up against. Like you said, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones was my number one player because he gave us hell. I remember he scored like 3 or 4 touchdowns on us in one game, and it was multiple times he scored a couple of touchdowns against us when we had to go up against that guy. I would get him, Aaron Jones, and I'll pair him with Genty if Genty's there. If he's there, the 49ers don't backdoor us and get him. Because that's why they sitting there. That's why they deliberately lost, because they know. See, Dallas don't never. They always show their hand and talk too much to say who they going to draft.
Yeah.
And I won't be surprised, even though the Niners don't need them, but just because we right there, you know how teams do us. Them, the Raiders, Seattle, all those teams, they'll come draft up just to come get in front of us.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if Genty's not there, go with Luther. Go with him. Go with him, man. That's all I got to say.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. That's my guy, Cowboy 92. That he was the last caller, the last one on the fray there. We had great conversations today, man. I appreciate y'all keeping the engagement up, man, and hitting that like and sharing. I really appreciate that, man. I love y'all to the stars and back. The 49ers got problems, man, with O-line. And if they can get a Kevin Banks or Will Campbell, that's who they need to target. They already got the McCaffrey kid. How many running backs they need? They can fool around and find a guy out of the trash can and get him running. You know, I like that Garado kid, or however you call his name. He looked really good. So getting Genty I don't know that that's just they're just overdoing it because they still need an offensive line. You can only scheme so much, and they're not talking about getting rid of Kyle Shanahan, by the way. So I wouldn't do if I'm the Niners, I wouldn't draft a Genty. Let me see what the mock says over here on Tankathon. They got Shador going 1. They got Cam Ward going 2. And we already heard the reports that not even Shador is considered to be the best quarterback out of this draft, but that's a whole nother conversation. They got Travis Hunter going to New York. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having Malik Neighbors and Travis Hunter, but don't have a damn quarterback? Don't have a quarterback to get to the ball. You know, is he good? Shit. That's a giant move. That's a giant move. Like, shit. Oh my God, man, that's crazy, man. All right, so according to Jane Slater, we got some breaking news on this Black Monday. It's breaking news, if you can put it that way. Slater is working. But let me see who they got the Niners going. They got him going with Mykel Williams, which they've been trying to figure out who can be the other edge rusher outside of Bosa. And keep in mind, they're paying Bosa quarterback money, right? So you got Kevin Banks and Will Campbell to go right above them. But I'm quite sure that the 49ers have those boys high on their draft board because they really need an offensive lineman. I'm hearing my brother here telling me that Trent Williams is thinking about retirement. He's not retiring. He's thinking about playing. He don't want to play and all of this stuff. So his time has been spent, in the words of Jerry Jones. But Ashton Genty, they got the Cowboys going with Ashton Genty. And let me see if I click on this and see who they have us going in the second round with. Then they got us going with Jahad Campbell. Yeah. Hey, them 2 picks right there. Yay. Hey. Shoo. Hey, I love that right there, Genty and Campbell. Hell yeah, I would love that. And then go with the safety, that dude over there, Andrew from the Hook'ems. Yeah, I like that. I don't have my wide receiver, but to be 1,000 with y'all, the rumblings of the news is that they high on Mingo and they like Jalen Tolbert. There could be a situation and scenario. They dismiss wide receiver in this draft and pick up one again like they did with Jalen Brooks in the later rounds. So don't get your high hopes on Savion Williams or Tet or whoever that's going to be available, or even the kid from Ohio State. Don't get your high hopes on Isaiah Bond and them. It's not really breaking news, but let me see what we have here. It states that sounds like Mike McCarthy, this is from Jane Slater, sounds like head coach Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones will meet as they always do at the end of the season later this afternoon. Unclear if a decision is offered will be made at this point, but a team meeting did happen this morning. I was told no real tone or messages, just business as usual. Now, the way that you counter that would be the way that the Giants did. They put out a statement saying that they bringing back Dayball, so it won't be no loose ends in that, right? Right. So that's what the Cowboys should do. But the situation with the Cowboys is that normally it's not good for business to announce things early. It's always good to stretch and pull that cycling of information out, right? So, yeah. Frog says return of Ryan Flo. Yeah, Flamingo. Come on with it. So, T. Higgins in the free agency, I'm going to tell y'all, that's out of the picture. The only way we can get Tyreek Hill, unless he personally said, hey, he would like to go to the Cowboys, and Michael Parsons said, hey, with that money that I'm saving you, Jerry, go get my boy Tyreek. Yeah, he could be my co-host on my podcast show. That's the only way. A decision will be made, V, I feel you. But that's the only way. But T. Higgins right now, T. Higgins, shoot. That's too much money to be asking for. And then Higgins said that he's willing to take a pay cut to stay with Cincinnati. So that's a whole nother conversation. But that's just for what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Soul Goddess says facts, because Dak could run past what's popping. Yeah. Say hell no to the no. This is from Roland on Tyreek. Shoot. Tyreek versus Brandon Cooks. Would you rather have Brandon Cooks or Tyreek Hill? Yeah. Yeah. Law, real talk. I like you to low-key push for DK Metcalf. Oh, yeah. And the good thing is the Seattle Seahawks fired their offensive coordinator. So that could be a tangible thing, right? You know, they get rid of the offensive coordinator. Maybe the new guy don't like DK like that. I would love that bigger size, right? Pause if necessary. Tyreek is a diva. Man, all wide receivers basically are divas. Devo, he's diva-esque. CeeDee Lamb, he's still diva-esque, you know. All wide receivers, Jerry Rice to Randy Moss. Michael Irvin, diva-esque, you know, but the playmaker was aggressive with his, though. Michael Irvin wanted all of the attention. He vetoed their ideal and stopped the motion of us getting Tim Brown. Can you imagine Tim Brown and the playmaker on the same team at the same time? Shoot, that would have been crazy. T.O. was too. So, man, most good wide receivers, they want the ball. Give me the ball, let me score, let me dance on you, you know. You know, so that's how that goes. But Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty, and it will, and useless, and it will without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither the cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. Speaking of divas, look at my guy.
Change him. Listen, yeah, let's go. Straighten it out. You better straighten that back foot up, I told you. What's that back foot gonna do sideways like that?
Yeah.
And I'm in him before he straightens out. I told you that before.
My feet got.
Look at that diva talk.
That's what you need to understand. Okay.
You ever met him?
Who?
They good friends. They travel together.
I'm gonna tell you something. This is what my pastor used to tell me on Sundays. What's the day?
Yeah.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
You can get blessed today too.
I can?
You can get blessed today too. You might be the greatest of all time, but you met the right one.
Hey, what's that? Mike!
What you mean ain't no Mike?
Okay, my bad. My bad.
Right, your bad. Ain't no Mike.
Let's talk serious right now. In your prime.
Still in it.
In your prime. We got man to man. We third down. Third and 5 going forward.
Who is we?
We?
Who is we?
Whatever it don't matter.
You
got me.
You got me.
You got me. You gotta deal with me.
No, you gotta deal with me.
I ain't gotta deal with you. You gotta deal with me.
Matter of fact,
Because your quarterback gonna go up there and find me. That's what your quarterback do. Your coordinator gonna go up there and find me.
Listen, coming out the huddle, I'm telling them to come at me because I know you're gonna press.
That's what you talking about, and you know it.
Prime telling the truth. Ain't no offensive coordinator said, you know what? Let's target Dion. You know, boy, ain't no way. Yeah.
You know why you know that?
What's gonna happen?
Why you know I'm gonna press?
What's gonna happen?
You gonna press?
You know I'm gonna press because history says what? That's what he does.
That's what he does.
What about me and Press?
See, this is the difference.
And history says, what about me and
Let me
Press?
talk to the receiver.
No.
This is the difference.
He's not in this.
I know he is in this. He in this. I know you can't beat me deep. So that means you got to really run this.
The game of football ain't about running a straight line.
I know, but I took away that.
He took away that.
All that. We ain't getting down there. We'll never get down the field.
I'm gonna shake your hand.
We'll never get down the field.
I'm gonna shake your hand on the phone.
So let's just digress it to about 15, 20 yards back. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting up under you because I know we ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going right nowhere, Ted.
First of all, I'm going to get you to know.
Sit up on the roof.
You gonna get to see that?
Man, he gonna shut Ocho down, man.
How them hands get like that? You think I just woke up like, look at it. Why you see
Boy, he gonna tear that chest up on boy. Look at that. Look at that.
Talk about reflexes.
Watch his foot. Watch his foot.
My reflexes been the same.
You better straighten that back foot up.
Better straighten that foot up.
Back foot gonna do something.
Yeah, man, boy, Dion would have told Chad Ocho Cinco chest up, boy. Shoot. But in the words of Dion, yeah. Prime Dion when he gave Ocho crazy fit. Y'all seen what Reeves did to Ocho? Who got that tape, man? What Reeves did to Ocho?
Give me my theme music.
Shoot. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for the bonus time for your mind. Thank all of those who donated, and I thank y'all for your support. Let's continue to grind to shine, baby. Or let's run this one up. Come on with it. 8 toes down, baby. Ocho was nice though. Ocho was nice.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip, this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up, I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip, this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up, 9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find
Appreciate you, C-Los, again. Come on with it.
One up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom.
Come on with it.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip, this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest,
Joy!
Crash my wreck, but first I stretch,
Come on with it. Hey.
I wake up,
Come on.
flex, thumb down now, check, no drip, this, tell him run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash my wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up, y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip, this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip, this,